Hello, hello, welcome to the Circle of Fame. And today we have panel discussion number 5. And the topic of our panel discussion will be From Vision to Reality, crafting roadmap for personal success.
For me, personal success is something like odd or weird or whatever you would call it, as being and feeling healthy and having great human connections and having enough money to not have to worry about the money. And I am very far from those who just see the loads of money and fame as a success. You see, I don't have any longing to be a famous and a celebrity to be successful, but to be seen as someone who does good. That's more success for me.
For me, success is a fulfillment. And it is also freedom to choose to do what I love to do and doing what I love to do is so important. And also it is coming with being valuable person, and create the value because success is progressive realization of the worthy ideal. And when we create the value and share it with other people, this is how we can get compensated also. So when the focus is on the value, on the growth, on the fulfillment, on the raising awareness, consciousness, and getting into control, so we are not controlled by our saboteurs or by all these different things which coming outside in physical reality, but getting in control, knowing exactly what we want, what is our vision, what is our big goal, and live according to that every day, taking steps and achieving new goals. This is what success means for me.
Personal success has changed for me through my life. I did have aspirations for sports and athletics, and then that became superseded by career aspirations, and I worked up the corporate ladder. I got involved in more entrepreneurial things recently, but in terms of how I would envisage it for others, I think it's important to look at what opportunities you've got. And on International Women's Day, opportunities for someone who's in a Western, relatively liberal country are very different to those who are in, for example, in Afghanistan. And the pinnacle of success for the Afghanistan cricket team is that they left Afghanistan and they went to Australia to play, to be able to play.
First of all, it's about having a direction. Without vision, we don't know where we go. So, and then for me, it helps as well the motivation, because, we know that, motivation goes ups and down, and we need, perseverance, we need discipline. So very important. When we have a clear vision as well, we eliminate the distractions, because really we focus on what we need to focus. It helps as well boosting our confidence and kind of the certainty in the path we are taking.
Definitely distinguishing between a purpose and your vision or your dream. The purpose, it's not something you're going to cut open and finding yourself. Your purpose is what you say it is. So with what I do, my purpose in every interaction is to make a difference. That's my purpose. So I'm now working in the Middle East. I was asked to create a leadership program for people in the Middle East. And I spent a year creating that program. And then if it's not inside a vision, I'm just doing stuff. Are we going to get some revenue from this? How many people can we get to do this? So for me, without a vision, it's just doing all of these activities and, trying to get a certain amount of revenue or a certain number of people together. So standing in my purpose, the vision for me needs to be connected with the purpose.
My question usually is, whose plan is it? And how do you know it's not going according to plan? Because like a couple of people have already mentioned, it may be part of the plan. And what I normally like to do is to find out what your goal really is. A lot of times that I struggle with this a lot. People would ask me to develop something for them. And I would say, what do you want people to do at the end of this? And they would say, for example, I want you to learn teach them how to drive a car. And I would say, okay, do you want them to know how to do everything, like the oils, the maintenance, the insurance? No, just the mirrors, the steering wheel, and the accelerator and the brake. That's it.
When things don't go according to plan, I think it takes us back to obstacles, because you see the way you want it to work, and then something gets in the way, and it's not working. A person gets in the way, a thing gets in the way. So let's take two ways they don't go according to plan. Number one is external things that happen. It's another person. It's something in the environment. And then there's the internal obstacles, the internal things, like you have a plan and you don't execute it. So very different. For the external obstacles, for the external things that aren't going to plan, looking at something that you think is in the way, it really is the way. There is no perfection. So things are going to happen. And your opportunity to deal with it or circumvent it or overcome it or just strengthens you and often prevents that same not according to plan to occur again. The internal obstacles, and I agree with Will Steele, and he is an absolute, deep down expert at this. And
for me, it's about creating impact. It's about creating memorable moments for people I come in contact with. And it's about living without regrets. It's that darn simple. That's what I think it is as far as I'm concerned. And it really means becoming more rather than trying to achieve more. As far as other people are concerned, I think I see their personal success as a journey. As Mazen talked about, it is a journey, okay? And it's a journey of radical self-awareness. And to me, the key issue is this: are we in fact achieving the success we want, or are we trying to achieve the success that other people want us to achieve? That's the key issue.
We mentioned the reptilian brain. I think the reptilian brain is a much cooler way, in my opinion, to describe our subconscious. And most of us are not, I say most of us, humans are not that skilled at communicating with the reptilian brain. And to me, I get that, but having this clear, concise vision that is based on your purpose that you can see, if you repeat that and you can share that and your team can share that, that's the hack. That's how you communicate with that subconscious instinct reptilian brain. And when you're doing that, it's very important that whatever you're communicating to your survival instinct needs to be based on your purpose. And it's got to provide the direction, but it's usually the result of some kind of self-reflection or visualization. But once you identify what your core values are, and once you align that with a purpose, the mission becomes easy.
When you ask somebody what you want, they have to just think about it, and sometimes it's not clear to them, so we feel lost. But if you ask them what you don't want, they can tell you what they don't want. So the trick is, we all have those repetitive patterns in our life, and it repeats and repeats and repeats. And those are the signs, the road signs. We can use them to find the direction of where we want to go. Because when we are a child, what happens is that we know what makes us happy, and then we feel it in our heart. And the programming stage comes. You're bombarded with other people's values, the news, the society, the things that our parents impose on us, the beliefs, whatever. It comes as layers by layers by layers. And we are behind those layers. So we feel lost. We don't know where to go. So we had it in the childhood. So if we be able to go back to our childhood and find what would make us happy at that time, that is the clue. And even that is not easy for people.